And then to put icing on the cake the next day, it was Valentine's Day of 2017. So now I've already lost my first set of breasts, and now my second set of potential breasts was gone, or the idea of it. And so that was hard.
Welcome to Rising to Resilience, the podcast where we explore real stories of authentic struggle, strength, and ultimately hope and transformation. I'm Sharon Hugick, and I am convinced that resilience isn't just about bouncing back and white knuckling it. It's about who we become in the process of going through really hard things. Each week, we'll be exploring conversations with people who have faced devastatingly hard heartbreak, loss, unexpected challenges. Yet, even through that pain, they've discovered new strength, they've found purpose, and somehow even joy on the other side. If you are in the middle of a storm right now, or if you're just looking for hope and encouragement for the journey, this is a really good place. Here, my hope is that you'll find perspective and resources and practical tools, but also give you something to cling to, because hope is what it's all about. I'm glad you're here. Let's get started. I am thrilled to introduce everybody to Laura Reutter today. And it's certainly an appropriate time to be talking with Laura because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, something she has experienced personally and has also worked alongside other women who are navigating this really challenging crisis experience. She's a breast cancer survivor. She's an advocate and also a member of Austin's breast cancer dragon boat team, which probably is about the coolest thing that anybody could have on their resume. And now a public speaker who's sharing your story with unbroken courage and helping support other women and families who are going through the experience. Laura, thank you for joining me. So you were diagnosed with breast cancer in 2016. Can you just let us understand where you were at in your life when that diagnosis was first shared with you?
Yeah, that was it was unexpected, like most people. It just came right out of left field. I was married for 25 years and then divorced and then relocated here. So I was diagnosed in August of 2016. I had 5 good single years in Austin, running around, just doing just doing fun things, riding my motorcycle and just being as myself.
Yeah. So that must have hit like a ton of bricks.
It just stops, like time stops. It's many survivors will they will know the day. I remember it was a Saturday morning. I remember it was 5:18 in the morning because my little dog woke me up. So I got up and sat on the edge of my bed, maybe hungover, but got up the side of the bed, and I was just kind of messing with my pajamas, and I noticed there was a mass right here. And I don't know where, doing all my monthly, maybe not so much monthly, but I did all my self exams and then always, got my mammograms. Because at this point I was 52, 60 now. So it was just like, where did this come from? I knew it was large enough where I knew I do not need a doctor to tell me that's not supposed to be.
Really? You knew. Yeah.
Um, so that was on a Saturday. By Monday, had a visit later in the day to my OBGYN. Bottom line, within 2 to 3 weeks, I was starting chemo.
Wow.
Like, it was just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
There's different types of breast cancer. And for all of the survivors out there, I'll just just rattle off my different types. So I was PR negative, so hormone negative. So my type of cancer did not care about hormones.
Hmm.
Mine was HER2 positive, which is a faster growing with a protein receptor issue. It was already in my lymph nodes too. So yeah, it was 5 months of chemo right out of the bat. And I kind of got you with chemo, you get into a routine, 6 cycles, so every 3 weeks. And there was some shock involved initially, but I was in go mode. My engineering brain kicked in and it was just, okay, let's just, it's
You had a plan. You were going to execute the
yeah.
plan. Okay.
Yeah. And I do remember sitting in with my oncologist who I just met, like, okay, on the initial talk, just picking, basically the breast surgeon found, many times the breast surgeons will also do any type of biopsy. So when I met with the breast surgeon, did the biopsy, gave me the news, and he recommended a couple different oncologists because you get a team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
oncologists, plastic surgeons to interview. So that was my first time meeting with the oncologist, and she took some time with me and gave me the layout, like the treatment plan.
Okay.
Turned out to be 14 months. So it's like, here's the next 14 months of your life. Just
Oof.
stop. I do remember asking her, okay, what if I choose not to do chemo? Because chemo's it's scary. It's a big scary word. It's an IV. It's liquid. It's in your body. What if I choose not to do this and go some other route with alternative medicines? And she was very gracious. She said, "Absolutely, Laura, you can do that. You can do that. If there's any issue and you come back to me, this is going to be stage 4. And there's my tools are limited. There's not much." And so that was like, oh, this is like serious. This is serious stuff. This is serious. And in the breast cancer world, just as a technical side note, stage 0 through 3 is curable. Stage 4 is when it's a managed disease. Now it's distant is when it goes down.
And if I understand it correctly, you had some complications in your treatment that led to an infection?
Yeah, yeah. I had to have a single mastectomy just because of the location and the size. I chose to have a double, so I was out of lumpectomy was not an option for me. And I was so naive. I was not a navigator. I was just like, okay, great. You've been a B cup your whole life. Let's go with C or D's. Like I was single, and I'm like, let's do some implants. Let's get this done because I'm an optimist in my heart. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so I chose to have double mastectomy with reconstruction. I had what they call expanders put in, which is very common because I still had to do radiation after the surgery. So had the expanders put in, and within about a week, 2 weeks, I knew that the one side, the cancer side, something was wrong with my breast. That area was getting hot and red. It's infection. I remember going to my plastic surgeon on a Friday afternoon. He took a look at it and said, "Okay, I want you to go home and pack a bag. Get over to St. David's. They're going to be waiting for you."
Whoa.
No over-the-counter antibiotics, straight onto an IV antibiotics. Sat in the hospital for 3 days just waiting on antibiotics. Didn't go down. And that's when he came in and said, "I've got to get back into surgery and get that expander out." And that's when everything went to left field. Yeah.
Did that mean that you were going to be losing your breasts?
Yes, that means that, yeah, my treatment plan changed from a surgical standpoint at that point because when they had to do it, he had to get in there and get that expander out and get all the infection out. Yeah, so he had to go back in and do an explant, take that expander out, left the other side alone. And that's when he told me he had to do that, that really, there's 2 episodes within a week within 2 days that hit. Was first of all, he had to tell me, yeah, this is not going to be the same as what was in your head.
Mm.
And I remember in the hospital crying with him. Very nice gentleman, but I just remember crying. "I'm not going to make your booby book." Like, it's something odd, but all plastic surgeons have a before and after.
Yeah.
It's what they do. It's their artwork. And I'm like, well, I'm not making that. And then to put icing on the cake the next day, when I went in for surgery, it was Valentine's Day of 2017. So I've already lost my first set of breasts, and now my second set of potential breasts was gone, or the idea of it. And so that was hard.
Did that start to challenge some of the assumptions that you were bringing to the table about womanhood?
Yeah, that not initially, but at towards the end, because I went through radiation, went through 6 more months of molecular therapy that's specific to her too. When it was all done, it was my choice to have the left expander taken out because it just seemed futile. So I said, no, I will figure out how to live flat. And there is a term called aesthetic flat closure. If you choose to go flat in the beginning, the plastic surgeons or breast surgeons can make nice incisions to get it nice and flat. Mine's kind of lumpy bumpy. It's not nice and flat because it kind of came to my doorstep. Trauma, you would think it would be cancer, but I was still in that fight mode with all my armor up. It was actually at the end because now there's nothing to fight for. Now it's like, see you in 3 months.
So you went into this 14-month action plan, and very quickly the action plan got derailed because of the infection that you had in your breast. And then all of a sudden you were confronted with, I won't have what I identified as my outcome. So now I have to make this decision on whether or not I have any breasts at all.
Correct.
That must have been an incredibly complex moment of identity, of decision making. Like, what emotions did that bring out in you?
Obviously disappointment. And it's odd because yes, you are 100% correct of like your self-image as a woman. Breast cancer, to me, in my opinion, is a little bit different than other cancers because it's so visual in our society. You can't turn, it's football season. It's beer and boobs time. It's just a reality. You cannot turn around without looking on marketing and TV and breast. And it's a wonderful thing. I'm not discounting any of that. It's great. But as a woman, like you'd said, now I have not even no breast, but I got kind of a mess going on with scar tissue,
Mm,
bumpy bumpies, and physical therapy. But then, um, uh, and you don't get that with other type of cancers. And that sounds very shallow, but it's still a reality as a
it
woman.
is.
So your question of your womanhood,
Yeah.
your body image, your sexuality, your sexual health, dating,
Yeah.
even it's difficult. It's very
Yeah.
very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, especially at the end there, I lost track of the times of individuals calling me sir or
Ooh.
looking at me in public bathrooms when I come out or go in. I was misgendered. It wasn't intentional or,
But
mean-spirited or anything.
yeah.
It was just people's brain. They just didn't know what to do with the information, visual information they were seeing. So yeah, that was
Uh-huh.
very difficult. I'm like, okay, I have breast cancer. I've lost my breast. I've lost a second set of breast. Now I don't even know what to even do with my body, let alone and how to present myself out in the world. Going through that trauma of healing that trauma and getting my confidence back, it's not instant. It has to take time.
Yeah. Where did you turn to for strength? What were the things that you had to lean on to make it through that time?
Did a lot of praying. Did a lot of praying at that time. And then I'm a big believer in small wins to build up confidence. And so I started basically hunkering down in my garage making things, to sell or to give away, because it made me feel good about me here before I went back out, you know, into the world. And so my behavior influenced my emotions. Like my emotions were all over they could not be trusted. They were all over the map. They were too messy to even try to sort out.
Yeah.
I ended up in the support groups after my treatment. Like I walked into a support group and said, I don't even know what I'm doing. I might be free of cancer, but I have no idea how to live my life. 'Cause there's some anger in there too. I was really angry in the beginning, but it was low-key anger. I still have my happy smiley face on because people tell me, "You need to stay positive," which is valid, but I had to really dig deep to go because every time somebody would say, "Stay positive," I just wanted to, like, throat punch 'em, like, "Ah!" So, uh, I had to really dig deep and go, "Okay, positive is not making sure that I'm smiling all the time so that other people are comfortable." Cancer is a crappy topic. I had to realize that staying positive was waking up every day and just getting through that day, little things that brought me joy, um, to make it through the marathon. Like, you're gonna make it through the marathon. I just kept on telling myself, "Just pace yourself."
You mentioned prayer and faith. Was that a component of it for you as well?
It was absolutely my rock, especially when I was, that low-key anger, because I wasn't mad at God. I wasn't mad at my spirit. I was mad at, like, the world, like, "Really? Really? You're gonna judge me, my womanhood, and now I have to wear certain things, or I have to wear a prosthetic bra if to fit in, to be accepted." So I was mad at, like, our society or the world because I'm like, "No, I'm just gonna be me, and y'all can take it or leave it."
Or you were wearing prosthesis at that point?
I tried to. Yeah, I tried to in the very beginning. Yeah, I had insurance paid for a real nice, prosthetic, bra that I wore a few times, very heavy, very I just couldn't do it over long term. For me, it was like I was faking like I had breasts, like, "No, this is, like, fake." Now I had to give myself grace too on clothes, on professional attire, if I was going out in the evening, dresses, many of them have darts, they fit for breasts. It's the way they're cut. I had to give myself the grace and love and the acceptance to go, "I'm gonna go power shopping on a Saturday, and I'm gonna try on 40 things, maybe things that I've never worn before that I knew didn't didn't accent my body, but I'm gonna do it anyway, and I may only come home with one, and that's gonna be okay, and not feel crappy looking in the mirror that nothing fits."
Right. That feels like a very powerful decision.
It was it was hard because looking in those mirrors in a fitting room, knowing that 6 months, a year before, your body was just fine, and now it's like, I don't know what to do with any of this. Because now when you look down, of your breast, as a woman that's 6 years old, now you look down, you see your belly. So, clothes, I ended up wearing more, like halter style with the neck that flow down, that aren't tight, but they're shorter like an A, flowing A. I look great in them. I look banging, but I had to go through that process, and, They have some tears in some fitting rooms of just, "I cannot believe this. I've tried on 40 things and nothing, nothing."
Right. Right. Yet somehow you got through that grief and you actually reached the point where you felt like you could embrace the flat lifestyle and not just embrace it. Should I say celebrate? Is that the right?
Celebrate. Yeah. I did join some private Facebook groups that are specific to flat women. They're wonderful supportive groups out there. There's now an International Flat Day, October 7th every year that's celebrated, around the country.
Amazing.
Um, what really did it for me that really gave me my swagger back was my designing my own tattoo. So I have a chest tattoo. Being able to take that power back, that control back, and go, no, you've already taken my breast. I've already lost body parts here, gone. But knowing that I took that control back, I had the artwork done, and that's when I'm like, okay, I can control. I've got this much control. It's bring on life because now I made myself beautiful again in my own eyes with my artwork. So, yeah. So at that point, yeah, then it was game on. It's like, well, do I have to wear a shirt? Really? Do I have to wear a shirt?
Well, you talked about authenticity. Like
Yeah.
that must feel like the greatest expression of your authentic identity
Yeah. It's
being
like, this is
reclaimed.
me,
Yeah.
take it or leave it. And tell me why again I have to wear a shirt. I realize that I have to, but there's like nothing to hide. I have no breasts.
Sure. Did you feel like having those tattoos gave you a sense of purpose? And if I understand it correctly, you've helped over 700 women.
Around 700 that I've talked with. Um, over the last 5 years, 5.5 years.
What
Uh,
what have they taught you?
always keep a sense of humor. Telling you, some of these ladies, the ones that really made me comfortable and talking even about breast cancer was some of our metastatic ladies. Like these women know that they're going to be on treatment for the rest of their lives, and the rest of their lives could be 6 months or it could be 10 years. They're making hit great strides on some of the medications for the metastatic ladies to give that longevity, extend that longevity. And with a mindset like that, you have good days and bad days like everybody else, but finding that joy because that luxury, we all know we're going to die. Unless you're 20, then you don't think you're ever going to die in your 20s. But, you know, finding that joy and that sense of humor, because they know, this could, you could die from this when you're
Yeah.
metastatic.
And you're watching women make that choice.
Yes, talking with them through that. It's a very, very, very difficult conversations. As a navigator, I try to keep my own emotions out of it. It's their trauma, their journey, their experience. But I've shed a few tears with some of the ladies, talking with them, of kind of guiding them on, okay, what next? How do you find that joy?
It's interesting to me you described the idea that you weren't ready for the support group until you'd gotten through the urgency of it. Now that you are in a navigator role, what's the advice that you would give to women in that? Would you just say when you're ready, we're here?
It's it's so critical having that tribe. Now, there's when you're going through cancer treatment, there's the technical end of knowing of reach out to a navigator to know, okay, I set expectations because doctors only have 10, 15 minutes with you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where navigation comes in, where it's, what do I expect from the surgery? How we can spend an hour or two talking to you and set expectations. Where do I get a wig from? But
Mm-hmm.
from an emotional standpoint and emotional healing, finding your tribe is so critical to so many people. Now that could be a support group.
Mm-hmm.
I personally joined Paddles with a Purpose, which is a dragon boat team. And those ladies have been just wonderfully supportive because you can't get in our boat unless you've had breast cancer, except for the coach. So we compete against, it's a whole division. So we compete against other breast cancer survivors and from other countries. We just went up to Canada, Vancouver, and brought home, bronze. We're going to
You go,
France.
girl.
There's a tournament every 4 years. There'll be over 200 breast cancer teams. Each team is at least 25 people, all those survivors.
So if somebody's listening to this and doesn't have that community yet, Googling for breast cancer resource centers in their area is a really smart first step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a breast cancer resource center, we have a breast cancer university, which we have wonderful videos for. Video library is awesome. We're a small nonprofit, so there's 5 navigators. So we pretty much, one-on-one, we speak with individuals within the 5 county
Mhm.
area.
Mhm. Yeah.
Would love to expand more, but,
Yeah, right. But
we're
but finding
but
that tribe, finding your
correct.
people.
Finding your support group, and that could be where your hospital, whatever
Mhm.
hospital you're going to, many of the
Mhm.
hospitals have, support groups. So there's different if you Google different support groups to reach out
Yeah.
to.
What's
Um,
what's the thing that you would want a woman to hear from you right now? They're just in the thick of that moment, the fresh grief, or they're just struggling with these really life-altering realities. Do you have encouragement that you would wanna share to a woman in that
yeah,
spot?
absolutely. Just know, first of all, there are way too many of us. You're not alone. There's a whole lot of us out here. So don't ever feel alone. You're gonna feel alone because it's very isolating. I want you to know is that when you're going through it, you're not alone. There's a whole bunch of us out here. Reach out to your local communities, reach out to the national organizations. Be kind to others because they love you. They're gonna say just the most craziest things to you, and that's okay. They love you. Find your people that you can talk with, that you can yell through the phone, that and they will know, "Yeah, I know why you're angry." And don't be afraid at the end when the dust all settles and you've got pieces all over on the floor. It's like the Japanese, metaphor where you put the vase back together with the gold inlay. Remember the name of it right now,
Yeah,
but I
that's
love
beautiful.
that because you will put your life back together, but
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that everything's gonna be the same as before. Let go of things that weren't working for you. No more tiny black dresses for me. No, done. No.
Right.
Anything
So after everything that you've faced and every curveball that you've had to navigate through and encounter, what does it mean to you today to be resilient?
um is to is to always have hope. Always have hope. Tough to get through tough to be resilient without hope. That's just what I always have kind of hung on to is that concept of hope, that knowing that physically I will get through whatever. I will get through whatever life brings throws at me at this point in my life. Um But emotionally, um, just having that lighthouse out there of hope is like, "Okay, if I can get through this trauma and rebuilding, then that hope it's, like, right there."
I'm really inspired by that picture that you've painted in my mind of the Japanese art of a broken vase that is reformed with the gold
Yes.
solder. And instantly I have to link that to the beautiful artwork that you've created on your
Yeah,
body.
yeah. That was yeah, yeah.
That's
I,
an extraordinary expression of resilience and hope and
you it's
reclaiming.
yeah, yeah, that really and everybody has their moments. I've seen one woman in particular, yeah, she literally went and climbed mountains all over the world. She's out there climbing mountains. Is that was her thread, her resilience, like, "I can climb this mountain."
Yeah. Yes, extraordinary. I think every woman has a mountain that they're climbing. And if it's a physical one or a mental one or an emotional one or spiritual
Yeah, and
one.
don't wait till the end to celebrate. Celebrate along the way. When you're climbing that mountain, when you're pushing, when you're emotional, stop, take a break, pause, celebrate. Don't wait to the end. Reach the top to celebrate. Celebrate that you got a little bit another little step, a little step. It's important to celebrate and find joy.
Yeah, I know. Well, I guess the last question I want to ask you, it's been 8 years since that 518
Yeah.
moment, that Saturday morning when you felt that lump. What's the biggest difference that you see in yourself from the woman who was there that morning to the woman that you are today?
I think just my attitude of before that, I was in my early years, I was very corporate. I worked for Ford Motor Company, engineer. I was very much like just on that corporate success, of the 80s and 90s, just focused on the picket fence with the family and rising. And that was to satisfy me financially, but it wasn't it was more about what was expected of me. By what I mean by that, I've always had a secret creativity where, like I say, I make stuff. I've got body art where I like to just paint. I've done the photography and I've got paintings here where I've just painted because I felt like it. I've never taken a class. But after that was like, okay, the expectations were my own expectations on myself and not climbing the ladder. I work for a nonprofit. So, there's no more climbing the ladder, you know? I live with my children or my child and my son-in-law, and that's a wonderful thing. So many other blessings. Just shifted from what others or what I wanted to do to satisfy others. No, this is me, this is my body. This is what I wanna do, and I wanna bring you into my joy. I wanna bring you along.
Yeah. It's like you've redefined success. You've taken one
In my mind.
definition.
Other people may look at my life and go, "Whew, that's
Who
a hot mess."
cares?
I
No, who cares?
yeah.
It's so extraordinarily beautiful from an outsider to see that transformation of, one life that was headed down one road, and then to see this new woman in a different place, which you never would have chosen. Nobody would choose this. Yet your purpose and your joy, this is what matters to me now. Not that, this clarity of purpose and self-acceptance, and not just this is what I am, but like I'm going to make it beautiful.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna like, "Oh, you are beautiful, and you are beautiful, and you are beautiful. Come on, let's go."
Yeah, right. We're not
Get out
letting
of this house
cancer
and yeah, let's
define
just
this for
yeah,
us. I think that's really
yeah,
extraordinary. And I have to imagine other people would welcome the chance to have you sharing your story with them. And I'm delighted
absolutely.
to know that you're available to speak with people and share that journey, and also, provide hope.
Yeah,
Provided hope.
yeah. There's
It's
just
a
so
powerful
much.
thing.
The world looks yeah, it looks dark out there sometimes, but it's not, like, it's everyday joy, it's everyday hope. Yeah.
That's awesome. Laura, thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you.
your journey, your story. It's inspiring. It's beautiful. And I think there's a lot of women out there, especially this month in October, who want to know that there is a victory at the end of the battle. And I think you really offer that to them. So
Thank you. Thank you.
appreciate all your time with me today, and
Absolutely.
a joy to talk to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hope you found Laura's story as inspiring as I did. If you know somebody who is fighting this battle and is facing a breast cancer diagnosis, I invite you to share this episode with them, to give them hope, to encourage them, and to provide some ideas about resources that they may be able to tap into. Thank you for joining me. I invite you to subscribe, to leave a review, and like I said, share this episode with a friend, just to let them know that they're not alone.